Hey everybody, this is Reverend Kid Holmes. It is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, time for One Mind Wednesday. I'm asking you today to ask yourself a powerful question, or more specifically, the most empowering question you can ask yourself. When we're doing our inner work, often, especially when we're stressed, when something has come into our life very quickly that is upsetting or disorienting or whatever it might be, which is pretty much life lately for the last year at least, if not more. The question that is most empowering to us in exploring ourselves is not, why is this happening to me? That is the least empowering question. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? The most empowering question, and this requires a great deal of solitude, quiet, meditation, getting still, takes a lot of courage and a lot of willingness to know the answer. The most empowering question is, who am I in all of this? Who do I want to be in all of this? The why is, everything's happening to me, blaming, external, it's everybody else's fault. Who requires a lot of responsibility. As I said, courage, willingness to look at it. And I invite you to explore that question this week, if you don't already do this on a regular basis. Who do I want to be in all of this? How do I want to show up? My preference is, even when I'm upset, when I'm stressed, when I'm, just going sideways, I've practiced asking myself, who do I want to be and how do I want to show up in all of this? I want to show up as peace, as love, as kindness, as compassion. And that includes personal stuff too. Do I want to continue the drama? Do I want to continue to freak out? No. Does it require that I learn how to regulate my nervous system? Yes, it does. So there are multiple levels to this. When you ask the question, who do I want to be? Who am I in this? And I'm not talking about spiritual bypass or sticking my head in the sand and saying there aren't really awful things happening in the world. But there is something for me to do to contribute to this. If I want to contribute to the collective of love and peace and compassion and justice, I have to be willing to show up as that individually. That's our work. That's our work. And I know you can do it. I know you are doing it. Okay, those are your instructions, your homework for this week. Keep asking yourself, who am I? Who do I want to be in this? How do I want to show up? How do I want to show up for my own life? There we go. All right. I will see you again next Wednesday. Thank you for joining me. As always, thank you for subscribing, for following, for doing all the things you do, in all the ways that you support what I do in the world. Remember, we are all part of the one mind, which means we are all in this together. Kindness matters. Love is the only answer. I love you all very dearly, and I will see you again next Wednesday. Take care.